beginning of March in 2009, he had a stroke. His speech was not what it was, and of course he couldn't get up and walk around. I was taking a wheelchair in and out of the back end of my car to get him different places, doctor appointments and whatnot, and he couldn't do a lot for himself. And the strength in his hands was not, it was just not there. And it was completely different than the person I've known all my life. Approximately maybe 10 minutes after the shot, he smiled and both sides of his mouth went up, which hadn't been happening. He had his dimples on both sides for the first time in a couple of years. Oh, he was speaking better. He was walking better. Even when he just was using the walker right shortly after the shot, he was walking faster down the hallway than I've ever seen him walk with that thing. Then he was walking with 2 canes, and then he went to 1 cane a lot of times around the house. And then he got to a point where he was going around the house with no canes. And it was kind of like I just kind of sat there and looked and went, oh my God. And I kept telling him all these different little things I was noticing, like him picking up things or going out in the kitchen and making his own sandwich. That to me was a biggie.
So are you saying his coordination, his motor skills are better?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
He was having some trouble swallowing after the stroke.
Oh, the swallowing.
And what happened?
That was an improvement when he was still upside down on the table. Right after he got the shot, he swallowed with his head down this way, down to the bottom, and he was swallowing. And he was having trouble swallowing sitting up.
Before the shot?
Exactly.
So his swallowing is improved?
Oh, yeah. And he's eating more, he's eating faster.
Yes.
Because he can swallow.
Okay. And that's all different since after the very spinal
it's extremely different. It's just like a complete reversal. Normally, I have to literally look at him and kind of read his lips after he had the stroke, because I was having a hard time understanding. I've got a hearing problem as it is. Usually, if he was sitting in the family room and I was in the kitchen and he'd holler something to me, I'd have to come around the archway and say, what did you say? He hollered something to me. He got the shot on Thursday, and I think it was Friday he hollered something to me. I was in the kitchen. I understood it. He's been doing 100% better, which makes it easier for me too, I think.
Has he stayed better the entire week since the shot?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. When I think back to what he was like 2 years ago and what he's doing now, or even a week before he got the shot, what he was like. It was the walker, and he was going very slowly. Well, I've noticed when he does use the walker for going someplace far, he's walking faster. I gotta walk faster. And I go, oh, good! So that part is nice. And it's good for him to get some exercise.
Yes.
And but he is doing much, much better. People seem to be able to understand him better on the phone, which they were having a problem with. And I know I did. And so, all in all, I would say this is probably the smartest move we've ever made. Physically, financially, you name it, this has been the best.
Fantastic.
This is a big deal for me. I thank you.
You couldn't do this last week?
No way.
So you got up without any assistance, without your walker. And you walked over.
I was gonna walk in the office doing that, but I'll save a surprise for the man.
Main attraction.
It's been fantastic. People see me and they're very surprised. Some are shocked. I talked to a good friend of mine by phone in Cleveland, and he couldn't get over how much better I was talking. Here's what it is. I have heard myself speak clearer, therefore my expectations have risen for me,
Yes.
and it forces me to really listen, knowing I can do better. So it's given me some optimism. I'm swallowing better. The sensation has improved. I can tell right now, talking to you, I am enunciating much better than before my shot.
So your speech remains better,
Yes,
your balance remains better,
yes.
you're now walking with one single cane as opposed to you were walking with two canes before.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth with it.
Your facial expression remains normal. I mean, it looks
I
great
think
to me.
so,
It
yeah.
looks great to me. You have more strength in your right arm than before. You remain to have the more strength.
Yes,
there?
in my left too.
Even the speech therapist thought that your speech is so much better.
Way better, yes. She was very much impressed.
There's something about you being able to write better.
I have been. I've wrote a note this morning to myself and a reporter from the local newspaper, and I was forming letters and it was easy.
Excellent, excellent.
Because really when I go to a seminar, I take my computer because I can't read my writing.
Good. And you no longer have that drool because of the, of the facial weakness.
That was the time.
That was 123 on the back and 127 forward. Before it was 202.
Oh,
Wow,
well, that's good.
Yeah.
I felt faster.
Yeah, you did go faster.
It is a double grief to me, he exclaimed, that I should perish by an arrow feathered from my own wings.
Oh my God. Okay.
Good bed.
Very good. 45. Consistently better. Raise your eyebrows for me. Lower them down like you're mad at her. Good. Smile. Beautiful, beautiful. Any numbness on either side? Does
No.
it feel the same?
Yes,
Feels the same?
yes,
Feels the same?
yes.
No tension, no spasm. Beautiful. Perfect. Beautiful. No tension, no spasm. Looks very nice. You know the funny thing is, we treated you, but your wife looks better.
I know, I
It's
know.
the stress.
Oh, thank you.
It's the stress.
Yes, it
It's
shows.
the stress,
It
yeah.
shows.
I
You're
think
more
so.
relaxed.
You know, I kept looking at myself and I'm going,
Did I get younger?
no, that wasn't, no.
By proxy. She gets better by proxy, right?
Yeah, and, but I kept going, okay, maybe it's the Olay or something that I'm using, I don't know.
No, it's the happiness, it's the hope, it's the fact that now you may be able to enjoy yourselves a little better, better quality of life. You know, it means a lot. It means a lot. It makes you younger to be happy. You know. So it's
We're
good.
looking forward to next Saturday. We go to her friend's
Oh, beautiful.
birthday party,
Aw.
and I hope to dance with my wife
Oh yes. Oh yes.
for 72+ years. My speech was better. I could be understood more easily. I'd say from about 40% of the time being asked to repeat, change to about 20%. And now maybe 5%. I feel more confident that I can communicate better. Friends of mine have told me on the phone they understand me much better. When we talked by phone after the first shot, he noticed a big improvement. After the second shot, another tremendous improvement, according to him. I hear the errors much clearer now. I know I should expect myself to be much more clear, walking without anything at times.
After the second shot, has your walking gotten even better?
Yes, it has. Yesterday I went out and tried to play golf, and I didn't lose my balance once.
Well, I think the biggest thing is when he was out in the family room sitting in the recliner, either working on his laptop or reading or whatever, and he'd say something to me and I was in the kitchen. I always had to go to the archway between the kitchen and the family room to understand what he was saying. And now we have more conversations where I just continue what I'm doing in the kitchen. And I can hear him. I can understand him. That's a biggie right there. Because otherwise I have to stop in the middle of getting dinner or whatever it is I'm doing and go over there and find out, and then I come back and he forgot to tell me something else, so I make another trip. So this has been, really good as far as that goes for me. And the fact that he can get around without the walker as much, or at all, I should say, and using the cane, he'll come out in the kitchen, make himself a sandwich. His whole outlook seems to be better since the second shot because people can understand it. And, I can only imagine what it was like for him before when it was so hard, but I would see what it would do to him when people could not understand him. And it was just tearing him up.
Before the second shot, it was easy for people to blow me off. But now I seem to have more interest. People want me to call them back. They understand it. They're more willing to take my calls. That helps my confidence. I hope my experience can serve as a guide for other doctors and patients, because I was skeptical, I was scared. This thing works. It's pretty good for me. It makes me feel really good.
How do you think that this treatment has changed your life in any way?
Oh, tremendously. Give me a better outlook on life, more confidence in being around. Before the shots, you kind of get used to the fact that people can't understand you, and it's frustrating. You get angry with yourself because you can't be understood. You get angry because you have to have somebody hold the door open. My God, I was a good athlete my day, and to have somebody have to hold the door bugged me. Now I can do that myself, and I feel better about myself.